Okay, we are live. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Hello.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Welcome to Today in Black America.
Yes, today in Black America, we have a really good show coming up. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, right?
A lot, and it's Trump Tuesday. Uh,
Exactly. You know how we do. You know how we do. We said we would only talk about this man, right? On
yep,
Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Tuesdays and
right?
Thursdays. That's it.
So today is our day. We
All
wearing
right.
him out. We wearing him out all day today. Okay, so get ready.
Not not just us, everybody. A lot of other podcasters, a lot of other news media outlets. Oh, they're getting on his nerves right now.
Exactly. And we should probably introduce ourselves for those people who don't know who we are. I'm Tanisha,
I'm JG.
and thank you all for joining. Let's get it started. Let's get it started with some Trump news.
What you got on the burner, Tanisha?
We got some things that are going on in the HUD
What you?
department, and some videos we're playing. Some naughty videos, some AI
Oh,
videos
and what department?
in HUD.
HUD.
HUD. Here we go.
HUD.
Uh, can you hear this?
I can go ahead, play that thing.
Yeah, I'm playing it. Can you hear it?
I can't hear it, but it's all good. I'll hear it on the replay. I can hear it now.
So, yeah, I'll stop it right there. But I don't. I know
Can
you're
you run it back?
driving.
Did I miss
You're
something? Can you
driving.
run it back? What
Want
did
me
I
to run it
miss?
back again? Okay,
Yeah,
hold
run it
on.
back. Run it back for me and them and for them. Run it back again. I'm about to pull over in a sec anyway. I gotta pull over, so
Okay, give me 1 second here.
I'm just not trying to pull over next to no alligators. I'm in Louisiana, everybody.
Oh, don't want to do that.
No.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So long live the real king. So who are they referring to on this bad boy?
What you
Trump
see in
or
this
Musk?
video, Trump and Musk, and he's kissing his feet.
Trump is kissing Musk's feet.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, the volume wasn't up on that one.
Where's that? Where that part at?
It's at the very beginning. It's like 2 seconds. Hold on. Now. So this video played. Wait a minute.
Trump walks up.
He walks up. Hold on. I'm trying to get this. Where's my mouse? Okay, here we go. Why is it not? Let me go all the way back. Okay. So as we see here, I'm pausing it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Long live the real king. This
Oh, I
video
see it. I
played.
see it now. That's what they
Yeah,
mean. Okay.
this video played in the Department of Housing and Urban Development. This was really this was really an incredible security breach, right? Because it
Uh-huh.
played on all screens in the building. And it got to the point to where they had to actually go and unplug the TVs. So the TV monitors, so people couldn't see it. But as you might imagine,
Uh-huh.
yeah, real
Now,
interesting.
who could have stopped? What department agency could have stopped that from being hacked? That they trying to fire?
I don't know. He's trying to fire so many people. It's like pick which one, right?
The
Pick your
FBI could
poison.
have stopped that.
Yeah.
NSA could have stopped that.
But he's messing with everybody, right?
Yep. So let it play. Let it
Exactly.
burn, let it burn, let it burn.
He is doing all of that. So
Yes.
we've got that. I mean, people are, speaking of employees and government employees, people are pretty pissed off, right? And so
Okay.
the thing about it is we've got some more footage of these Doge job cuts. There are more of them. Thousands of jobs are on the cutting block, and there's even some new orders. Let me pull this up and show you.
All right. Pull him up full mass.
Yeah.
I said I was going to do it. I'm sorry.
Emboldened, comfortable enough for this unusual display. His purge of the federal government now expanding and intensifying, he says, by order of the president. Announcing on social media Saturday, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Hours later, millions of workers reportedly receiving a notice saying, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. The deadline to respond set for Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern.
I don't think that's a big deal, but people are saying, oh, you shouldn't do those kind of things.
Republicans on the Sunday political talk show circuit offered up plenty of support for Musk and the cuts.
He is literally the best entrepreneur we've had in our lifetime, and he's doing it for free. And he's taking an unbiased look, saying these programs make no sense. Let's save the taxpayer dollars and get our house in order.
But Musk's latest order is being met with some resistance. Employees at the FBI, the State Department, and the Department of Defense are being told not to respond to the email for now.
It is illegal, and the actions he's taking are illegal, and we need to shut down this illegal operation.
As fired employees clear out their desks, more lawsuits and legal challenges are expected. All of it prompting one Republican to plead for some humanity.
These are real people. These are real lives. These are mortgages. It's a false narrative to say we have to cut and you have to be cruel to do it as well. We can do both.
Thousands more people are expected to be fired this week. The Pentagon is the next big target. Katie Simpson, CBC News, Washington.
That's crazy. That's
That
crazy.
is.
That's crazy. So what do you think of that, Jay? What do you think of that? Like, of that
I think Elon Musk is that kid in school that used to get beat up, and he was a nerd. The quintessential Attack of the Nerds or Revenge of the Nerds type of nerd. And he got his hand on some money, like they always play out in the Hollywood stories.
Mm-hmm.
And he is living his nerd revenge. I believe that he is a threat to democracy, and he is a threat to American way of life, because ain't no way in hell this man, regardless if he's under the presumption of Donald Trump, number 47, should he be allowed to fire federal employees without any due course of action, without any recourse of action, whatever, or any pushback. And then I'm looking at those MAGA Republican senators talking about he is one of the greatest businessmen of our lifetime, and this is what he's allowed to do, or he should be allowed to do. And I'm sitting here like, are you a United States congressman or senator, or are you a MAGA cult participant? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. He is not an elected official. He is not a vetted official. And honestly, what people need to take down that congressman's man's name in his district. And if you totally disagree with this man, you need to show him at the polls. If his time is due at midterms, show him what you are talking about. Show him. Make him understand, like, you're fired. This is who we now want to represent us.
Exactly.
If you want Elon Musk to run the government, we don't want you to be our senator or congressman anymore. That's really what needs to just happen to calm all this attack of the nerd shit to stop.
across the board. We're
across
gonna
the
have
board.
to hold out for 2 years, though, right?
I don't even think it's 2 years, a year and a half, really. Some
Or are we
people's
gonna have to
times,
hold out for midterms, right? A year and a
midterms
half.
is coming up. No, midterms is coming up soon because remember Senator John Ossoff in Georgia was elected in what 2020. So yeah, I think about 2 years.
Okay. Yeah,
Because him and Warnock was elected in 2020, but remember Warnock had a midterm 2 years, damn near 2 years later.
it wasn't. It was a runoff, right?
No, it's because he had won Loeffler's. No. He didn't win Loeffler. He beat Kamala Walla, whatever that man. Purdue. He had beat Purdue. So
Okay.
I kept trying to remember. Like I know Loeffler, the white chick that got kicked off her WNBA team. That little racist
Yeah.
heifer.
Yeah.
I forgot what. So Ossoff beat her, and he beat Purdue, or it might have been Ossoff beat Purdue, and he beat her.
Yes.
Because she had inherited a position from Johnny Isaacson or whatever his name was.
It seems like such a long time ago. It seems
Yeah.
like these past, 3 months, 2-3 months. It seems like it's been years. Is it just me?
No, these last 30 days. These last 30 days feel like a whole year already.
Right.
This dude has no chill in what he does.
It's
He doesn't.
absolutely insane.
And I believe he sexually assaulted these women because the way he does America, it's crazy.
Exactly.
Because how you look at it, like he doesn't even massage you. He doesn't even give you a little bit of foreplay. He just forces himself on you. So I can see him sexually assaulting women. The way he does things, and I'm talking about 47.
Yeah, the way he operates. He's a
Yes.
predator. He's a predator, right?
A creature of habit. He's a creature of habit.
Absolutely. So speaking of that, right, and how he deals with people, let's talk a little bit about him and his interaction with French President Emmanuel Macron, right? Like
All right.
there was, the French president was in Washington, D.C. There was a press conference, and every time I see this man interacting on a world stage, I still keep wondering what crack were people smoking to vote for him. But let's look at him.
They went to the polls high.
They were high, like something. Listen,
They were high on
understand.
racism.
Exactly. I don't understand it. Let's pull this up and let's talk about this.
All right.
Look, if we do this deal, he's not looking for more war. He doesn't mind. But I've specifically asked him that question. He has no problem with it.
Is France going to lift the block on the $300 billion in frozen Russian assets in Belgium? France has opposed unfreezing it to pay Ukraine and compensate the U.S. for its support. Is France going to lift its opposition to that?
This is, we speak about frozen assets. We already used them to back precisely the loans negotiated at the G7. And it's part of the sanctions, so it will depend on the follow-up of the discussions. But clearly, we respect international law. It's just frozen assets now. You can take the proceeds of the frozen assets, but you cannot take the assets themselves because it's not respecting international law, and we want to respect international law.
How is one different than the other? If you can take the proceeds from it, how can you not take
Because
the
it's
assets?
very different. You keep the assets, you take the proceeds because they are paralyzed in a certain way. You take the proceeds during the wartime, but you keep the assets, and it's part of the negotiation at the end of the war. Because, this war costed all of us a lot of money. And this is the responsibility of Russia, because the aggressor is Russia.
Should the U.S. be compensated?
So at the end of the day, this frozen asset should be part of the negotiation, all in all.
Will France support the U.S. being compensated?
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated, because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total effort, and it was through, like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money. To be clear, we have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe.
We're going to end it
Russian
there,
assets,
but
No. Macron put that man in his place.
Exactly.
Very politely.
Very politely and gently. Do we want to keep going? It's a little bit more. Keep going?
Yeah, just give it another second. I love seeing that man squirm.
As a collateral of a loan, because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day, in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day, and Russia will have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me.
Mr. President,
if they get their money back, we don't, and now we do. But that's only fair.
Mr. President, do you think Russia should be?
Okay, that's the end of that.
He's like a big child that has to get his last point across. He has to say the last word. That's Trump. He had to say, "Oh, they get their money back. We get our money back. That's fair." No, you didn't think about that, Trump. Macron just sat there and put you in your place, buddy.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just like, this man is just not intelligent. Again, who voted for this man? Who voted for this man? I know who voted for him, but I'm just saying.
People who talk like this. Let me stop.
Right,
stop.
Just it's just an embarrassment.
Man, he is incredulous.
I mean, it's like you can't even believe it. Like, are we? Is this like the Twilight Zone? Wake us up, right? Like,
am I being punked?
Exactly.
All right, so I had with Trump, it's like, are we being punked right now? Like,
man,
okay,
it's a bit much. Honestly, a bit much. So so we've got a number of things coming up. We've also got, folks are not feeling very good about the economy, right?
Yes.
The consumer confidence levels are very low. Let's talk about that a little bit here. I'll bring up the clip.
All right.
Largest monthly decline in the index since August of 2021. It is the third straight month-on-month decline. So I want to bring in CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. She's joining me here in Studio 55 to talk about this. Okay, you've been here the last couple of times. It's number 3. What's going on?
So this was not the reading that we wanted, and markets are certainly reacting the same. However, it does underscore another confidence reading that we got last week from the University of Michigan, which was also bad. What this tells you is that consumers aren't feeling great about where the economy is going. Particularly, I was just reading through the release. They think inflation is going to be 6%.
Wow.
Yes, we are at 3% right now, 6% in a year. Now that comes up from 5.2%, which was the last reading. The other thing that I want to tease out here, the expectations index. That's basically the short-term expectations for your income, business, and the economy at large. It dipped to 72.9. That is really important because 80 is the threshold for when you start to see potentially a recession looming. That's the tipping point. We haven't been below that number since June 2024.
So when people don't have confidence in the way it's measured with this index, what does it mean for what they are actually spending on? Because I'm just curious, I know the market is down and it's headed lower, but people are still spending, people are still buying things, people are still going on vacation. Even now, we did a segment, you probably saw it earlier this morning, with Jill Schlesinger talking about home buyers, and she talked about how there may be some relief for people who want to buy a home in the spring. So people are still spending money. What does this all mean?
Okay, so they have been spending money. But if you listen to the retail earnings that we have gotten, it's not about the backward looking, it's about their guidance. You heard Walmart say, we may see a slowdown, and we're going to get Target and a number of the other retailers in the next few weeks. We're starting to see these big companies, which are often economic bellwethers for the consumer, saying, even though we provide need to have items, we're expecting a little bit of a slowdown. And so we haven't seen that yet. In terms of the retail numbers, I should correct myself. We did see a slowdown in January.
Right.
It dipped in like the biggest dip in 2 years. So you're starting to see some cracks, not across all income levels. People making above 100,000 are still out there spending, but lower income folks, they're feeling it right now.
And so ultimately, as these companies pull back expectations for what they expect for their revenues, that could lead to potential layoffs. We've already seen it in some companies. I know today you were on CBS Mornings talking about Starbucks, and I know that that was at the corporate level, but what does it portend for the future?
Well, if people spend less, the cuts need to come from somewhere, right? You need to cut your costs. So you could see something like that. And then, of course, you just layer on this potential tariff threat that we've been getting, and that would increase costs, increase prices for consumers. They might spend less. So it's a really tricky chicken and an egg thing.
Real quick before we go, what's going on with Bitcoin? Do you know any Bitcoin bros?
I know a lot of Bitcoin bros.
I figured you would. What's going on there?
So it's dipped below 100,000. It's dipped below 90,000. A lot of stuff that we've been seeing with the SEC rolling back investigations. You would have expected that to see higher. What's going on is that the broader market is down, and people are taking their money out of risky assets like Bitcoin, and they're fleeing to safety.
That's what I always thought they would. All right, Kelly O'Grady, thank you. Always great to have you in Studio 55.
What did you think of that?
People taking their money out of Bitcoin is a smart idea. Honestly, it used to be a good idea to put your money in Bitcoins because it increased the value before they had regulations on it. And a lot of black market people was doing a lot of things back there. But as far as these major stores, I know Target. Target had a $15 billion loss. And then there's also they DEI program, right? They did not notify their they facing a lawsuit in Florida because it was a SEC Security Exchange issue. They did not notify their board investors, not even just the investors, their stockholders or shareholders of their changes when they just abruptly just ended all of the DEI programs. So that caused a traumatic loss in their business by them losing $15 billion, especially from an economic boycott of them. This whole thing that these people are, it did a dip, all that bullshit. Honestly, it's people not spending their money with these companies that aren't, that are boycotting them. And they don't want to put the word out there like that yet, but they need to, because at the end of the day, if these numbers keep getting lower and lower, because we're taking our dollars to show folks that that we're not playing, and not just black people, it's people that's awakened by this situation and this whole Elon Musk thing and Donald Trump and people bowing down to Donald Trump. We're showing them, okay, we're going to show you our money is what drives you and fuels you. We're not going to spend with you.
Right. So the boycott is working, and there is a boycott, right? We've got Reverend Pastor Jamal Bryant out of Atlanta is leading the boycott, right, of Target.
If you want to say he's leading, okay.
Yeah, he announced it. Why? Okay, I don't know if I can say leading, but he has announced with other people, right? I think among them Reverend Al Sharpton. So he has kind of joined forces with it, and he's talked about it. There is a national.
I'm like 51-50 when it comes to these quote unquote civil rights leaders, and the reason why I'm 51-50, they're opportunists. Okay, this is somebody always. It seems like somebody's trying to get into Dr. Martin Luther King's shoes. You can't. If you're on TV speaking on the topics that is what I'm trying to say is, Dr. King wasn't on TV every second he got. Okay. He brought the TV to them. I wasn't even a sperm yet when he was walking these streets. So I am open to people objecting, but his methods was to get the TV cameras to show the brutality of what went on in civil rights. These guys' methods, I look at it as like, I'm using TV to prop me up to become the next civil rights leader.
Okay. But then you have the criticism. There are people who say, well, we don't have anybody. We don't have a civil rights leader. Malcolm and Martin were killed, right?
Well,
assassinated.
we don't need a leader. We don't need a leader, okay? Because of those two, what happened to the fate of those two? What we need is unification just in general, and we are unifying without leaders. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
What's going on? People influencing others to say, hey, you shouldn't spend money with them, da da da. That's working better than somebody trying to say, hey, let's organize. Let me be your leader. We're not trying to be shepherd. Then what will make us different from MAGA?
Interesting viewpoint. Okay.
So, me personally, I just don't follow people like that. Like, I have to spend my money where, unfortunately, because I'm on the road all the time. Sometimes, okay, yeah, I can leave Walmart alone. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
y'all tell me, hey, don't spend your money with Walmart on this day, I'll do it. I won't spend my
Mm-hmm.
money with Walmart on that day. If you
Mm-hmm.
told me don't spend your money with Amazon on that day, I would do it.
Right.
But if I'm on the road, okay, if I need a part for my car and Walmart has a little cheaper, as a small business owner, something that costs $30 is like $70 to me, versus something
Right.
that costs is 15, that's like 30. So what you think I'm gonna go with?
Right. Right.
I have to go with what's economically available to me at that moment. I understand the movement and I'm with it, but sometimes if I'm on the road, it's hard for me to be with it.
Yeah, and we do understand there are some people that don't have, I mean, there are people who don't have access to, you know, grocery stores. We know food
Mhm.
deserts are real, right? We
Mhm.
know that Walmart or that Target may be the only thing you have. Okay.
Yes.
We know that. So I think a lot of times I think, we're talking to people who we're not necessarily talking to that person who doesn't have transportation, who has to go to the Walmart up the street. We're talking to the person, I think, who, has a
Have
choice of places they can go to, has transportation. It's optional. You know what I'm trying to say?
yes.
It's kind of like it's not going to be 100% support, right? There are going to
Right.
be some people they can easily redirect to Costco. Costco
Mhm.
has come up on all of this. Black folks are in Costco. We shopping in Costco. So, we've redirected those dollars. So I think, it's understanding. Not everybody is going to be able to do it, but those who can
Mhm.
should,
And
right?
you should follow. You should. I'm not going to say follow. You should take the initiative to wander in that direction.
To vote with
I
your
don't want to
dollar.
say, yeah,
Vote with your
go
dollar.
with your gut, go with your dollar. Don't
Yeah.
follow just out of convenience of following, because that raises up somebody to be a king. And let me tell you about sociopaths. Donald, we know 47 is a sociopath.
Yeah,
He
for
loves the
sure.
fact that some of these people are calling him king and emperor. I
Mm.
seen somebody that called him Emperor Trump. I'm like, I said, okay, your brain is fried. But the United
He loves
States
it.
doesn't have a king. On this side of the world, if you think about it, there is no kings on this side of the world.
Right.
In no government is there a king on this side of the world. In the United States, in South America, there's no kings, there's no queens. Central America, no kings, no queens. Canada attributes to the crown in England, but there is no king. There's a parliament.
Hmm.
They have their own prime minister. They're their own sovereignty.
Right.
So the point I'm trying to make is there's no kings. Now, when you go to the other side of the world, that's when you have crap,
Right. The
all that
monarchy.
crap, the monarchies and all that stuff. People who believe that they were born, you weren't born or destined. You come from a family that conquered the area. That's all you are. You're
Right.
not no, your blood bleeds like mine does. And you have the company economy's money, but there's no kings on this side of the world, man. So
Yeah.
to make one out to, it's like y'all ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, our dollars, keep it, especially black dollars. If there's a black business, support it. I will also tell you to walk away from MAGA supporting foreigner business. If they have supported Trump, do not support them.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
I would like for you to follow. Do not support any foreigners that supported MAGA and Trump.
Absolutely. Absolutely not. Absolutely. And
Don't
speaking
burn
of
down
which,
their business or nothing like that. Just don't support them. Don't put no
don't
dollars
support
in their
them.
pocket. Yeah.
Don't support them. We have to speak with our dollars, right? That's going to be important.
Yes.
You've got all
Yes.
these government employees who have gotten fired. We're talking about legal challenges. More, the economy is, as we talked about before, the economy is crashing out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The economy is
Correct.
crashing out. You got inflation. The housing market is going insane. People are now, these unemployment numbers for
Mm-hmm.
this month are going to be insane. They're going to be crazy. And we've also got more potential cuts. So let me bring this up. I don't think we played this one, but if we
I'm
did,
actually, and you know what's crazy? I'm feeling it in my business right now.
are you?
Yeah, I'm
What
feeling it
what are you
because
feeling? Are people cutting back?
those who have will have, and those who don't have will is a little bit tighter. They're looking for cheaper shipping, and I'm like, I can't rock with you.
Right.
I drive too far. I can't rock with you at low cost.
Are the
I already had.
tariffs, are they worried about the tariffs, do you think? I
No,
mean,
I
they
don't.
haven't quite
I
went
don't deal with
back.
business. I don't deal with importing business. I deal with people. So
Okay. But are the people worried that the cost of goods and services that you're transporting to them?
no, this is people transporting their items from their mama house to a buyer or seller. So that part don't have no effect. It's
Oh, okay.
what they're paying me has the
Okay.
effect.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, understood. Okay.
All right, let's run that next video. Let's see what you got. Let's run it.
Yeah. Let's
I gotta
run
come with a catchphrase, man.
it. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Did we already play this one? We may have already played this one.
Yeah, we played
I
that.
think we did.
We played that.
With every passing day, Elon Musk appears to become even more emboldened.
We played that one.
Enough for
Yeah,
this
we played that one.
unusual
Sorry about
display.
that, y'all. Okay, sorry
Oh
about
my
that one.
God. That just looked like
It,
who's the bitch now? That's what that looked like. Elon Musk looked like that character that DJ
I mean, it's
Qualls played.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. It's insane that the shenanigans that are going on. We're going to keep following it and talking about it because, again, it's something new every single day. But let's talk a little bit, though, about, let's go a little bit more lighthearted. Let's talk
Okay.
about Keith Lee, the food critic Keith Lee.
Okay.
We know he came to Atlanta and listen, he gave y'all the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gave y'all the business. He goes around cities across the US and now he's in the UK, right? He's
Before
in the UK.
let's clarify that. He gave some businesses who was hyped up on name and recognition
Mm-hmm.
a hard critique, which is needed. They didn't want to hear it, but he gave them a hard critique that they didn't like. And he's also good for black businesses because when he goes and say the restaurant name and they get a flooding of new business.
They do.
So
They do.
let's clarify that Keith Lee, to be fair, if he is a food critic. He's a certified food critic.
Yeah.
So his word has an effect on it. So let's go. Let's go. I just want to make sure that the people understand we're not talking bad about the brother, and we're not trying to say that he's a bad influence. He's actually a good influence. That's it. Let's go.
He's helped so many businesses. He does not charge anything. He has tipped graciously. He has businesses that have been about to close, and they call it the Keith Lee effect, right?
Yep.
The minute he comes to your business and reviews it, and if it's a positive review,
you in
people
business.
gonna keep coming, right?
They're gonna come. Yep.
They're gonna come. They're gonna come. But in this case, he has some international cuisine, right?
Ooh-wee.
And I don't know.
on toast. Beans on toast. The bread is definitely stale.
Woo!
That's a little short clip. A little short clip.
Yo, that's it. That's all you're gonna give them.
That's all I gave him. I was just giving him a little bit, just a little bit, right?
That is a short clip, and that was effective enough.
Just a little bit.
Man, he called him out. I said that bread was definitely stale. It sounded stale.
It sounds horrible. And so
Yes.
you got folks in the UK kind of crashing out, right?
I mean,
They're crashing out
with their
over
crumpets. Over their crumpets.
Exactly. They are in their feelings about that he didn't, and he had blood. I mean, you couldn't see it from that particular clip, but he had blood sausage, which is horrible. And
The hell is a blood sausage?
it's literally like this sausage that looks like deep like beet red, and it's horrible looking. It's horrible looking. I wish I could pull up that other clip. Goodness.
There's a reason why people go to Paris to learn to cook French cuisines. I never heard anybody go to England to learn to cook English cuisines. I'm just saying.
Their food is not good.
No.
It's not good. It's not good. Not at all. Not at all.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna try to bring this other. Let me see if I can bring this other clip up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because I don't think I saved it. Oh my goodness.
So this must have been Europeans restaurants. Caucasian and British restaurant that he ate at.
It was. Let me see if I can bring up another clip real quick. It was he had like eggs, he had the blood sausage, beans.
I saw that
on
one. I saw
toast.
the egg. Yeah, he was like disgusted by that whole meal.
Yeah, he really was. And like I said, some people in the UK are crashing out because I think they expected, he's going to tell the truth, right?
Yeah, you would want a food critic to
and I
tell the
think they were
truth.
expecting him to give a favorable review.
Like I've done a
You
couple
do.
of
You absolutely do want a food critic to tell
yeah,
the truth.
because I'm on the road all the time.
Let me show you.
Right.
No, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say,
You're on the
me
road
being
all
on
the
the road all the time. I've done a couple of videos where I'm talking about the food, and I don't give like bad reviews. Like I don't give bad reviews, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you. Maybe I should be more harsh, but I don't want to be a food critic, Until
Okay.
I that's not me. But if I did it, trust me, I'm not a foodie, so I can't be a food critic. I'm not a foodie.
Okay.
I'll give food recommendations.
Gotcha. Food recommendations.
Yes.
I'm trying to download this. This is not downloading. We're gonna have to go to this one next time. I'll have to share this next time because I think
All
the
right.
reaction of people is hilarious, right? Because they're doing react videos to him, sampling the food.
The internet. I'm not gonna say the internet. The internet.
The internet.
The internet is wild, man.
The internet is talking. They're talking out. If I can bring it up, I'm gonna try to. It's not downloading for me. Sometimes you have to. It's like I have to keep trying here.
All right.
So let me see if I can bring it up. But in the meantime, as I try to bring this up, because I do want folks to see this clip. What else is going on today in Black America?
The Wayans family. If y'all haven't caught Marlon and Damien, I'm sorry, Damien. Damien is older, so Damien and Marlon's speech in regards to the Wayans family being inducted to the NAACP Hall of Fame. They gave a lot of praise to the patriarch of their success, Mr. Keenan Ivory Wayans, who wasn't present. Him or Shawn Wayans wasn't present during the speech, but they gave a lot of loving words to their big brother who made it happen. He showed them a dream because he visioned himself after watching Richard Pryor, who envisioned
Wow.
himself. You know, when you manifest a dream and you follow it, it will come true. So one of the
Exactly.
things that they did leave out is, so with the Wayans family, we know that the younger second generation, they're not as successful, but they are in part of the family business, right?
Right.
Damon Jr. is the most successful on the second generation Wayans.
Mm-hmm.
People forget, if you want to say the Wayans family, let's include Robert Townsend. He and Keenan are best
Yes.
friends. So and probably still best friends to this day. I would presume, and you know that's family for them too. Um,
Right.
Marlon in his Club Shay Shay interview said him and Sean, as youngsters, with the biggest star in the world at the time, Eddie Murphy, in their living room. You know what I'm saying? So they were kids, and they talking trash to Eddie Murphy as kids, but that was the biggest star at the time. So their
Right.
brother exposed them to black excellence and black success. So it was quite natural. You know, Keenan basically, he's not the oldest. Keenan is not the oldest, but he took up the mantle of being the leader of the family when it came to that particular thing. And I give it's props. All I can do is give props to them because there's no family. I mean, you had the Osmonds with their show. You had the Jacksons. But
Mm-hmm.
when we talking about a Voltron where Keenan is the head, Damon is the center, and the little brothers, Marlon and Sean and Kim, is the extremities. Like, seriously, that's crazy. And then the nephew's son, is part of that extremity too. And I'm not taking nothing away from, you got Damian Deontay Wayans, who has played some roles. He's on the back end. He's in the background. He's a producer, director. And if you don't know who Damian Deontay Wayans, he was in Malibu's Finest, Malibu Most Wanted, and he was also in Major Payne. He was one of the kids in Major Payne. He also, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, to see that, it's like, wow, you know? And they all say, hey, and then let's extend the Wayans family to Tommy Davidson, to Jim
In Living
Carrey.
Color. In Living
Yeah,
Color,
Living
right?
Color. Because Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans are friends. They're like, whatever friendship role, if they're best friends still this day, or if they're great friends to each other, they have a brotherhood amongst themselves. Damon said, hey, my boy over here is funny, Keenan. You know what I'm saying? So that it just extends.
It does. Now, Jim Carrey has said that the Wayans put him on, right? Keenan put him on.
Keenan resurrected his career.
Yep.
Because the way Marlon explains it, Hollywood was done with him because he did a foolish whatever, the movie flopped before he got in Living Color. But I do remember Jim Carrey in Girls Out of Space or whatever with Damon Wayans.
Yep.
So I mean, like, even with Damon Wayans, he was in Beverly Hills Cop.
Right. He was.
He was in Beverly Hills Cop, and he was also in Colors.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember him in Colors. It was a very small scene. He's humping the teddy bear. Teddy. He was high on crack. Don Cheadle was in Colors. He was the one that was chasing after Rocket. I mean, like, I know Colors is. Yeah, I'm a movie guy, man. I'm a movie guy, everybody. That's what I'll be a critic on. But yeah, so Colors.
Come and ask about movies. We need to come and ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just me, because some people, when it comes to black cinema, I'm on it.
So
and there's some. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
I was going to say I'm on it when it comes to black cinema because I could see myself on that screen when I watch that. But I do watch some movies, the other movies like the superhero movies, stuff like that. So to see them is beautiful.
Absolutely. It's a dynasty. I was going to ask you, are you the type that you know all the lines? Do you
No,
know?
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
So in particular, I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and I was explaining to her how Tyler Perry left out a lot of small details on Triple Eight,
Okay.
and he stayed into one thing. I'm one of those people. I don't watch his movies.
Okay.
I stopped watching Tyler Perry movies. I want to say 2015. No. The last Tyler Perry movie I watched was Jasmine's Blues. Before
Okay.
that, I didn't watch nothing after that. I kind of actually, let me stop fronting. So I did watch the one with Gabrielle Dennis. It was a play with him, Medea. It was kind of like it was a play type of movie, and I didn't realize it was a play type of movie. I did watch it through, and it still had the Tyler Perry elements. The first movie he did coming back as Medea, I did watch that, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
But then I watched Jasmine Blues, and I'm like, okay, a lot of missteps. I feel like it was a lot of missteps, and I'm just like, it could have been better. And then that's it. That was it.
Wow.
I didn't watch the one with Megan Good. I did not watch Mia Culpa. I didn't watch none of that. But when I watched Triple Eight, because it had Kerry Washington, I wanted to see how she acted in this. And like I said, it's too much details.
Okay.
I was breaking it down to her. Like, a major in the Army is not going to sit here and train her troops. He or she
Right.
is not going to be training their troops. Like, that was all wrong.
Okay.
Or captain, whatever. They oversee the training. They don't do the training.
Right.
So,
Right. He's built up a
Donatello,
a cult.
Leonardo, Michelangelo.
I know that he has.
Ooh, what you
He's
got going on
known.
right there?
Huh?
What you got
Hold on,
going
I
on
didn't
there?
mean to present that. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. My
Uh-huh.
bad. I know that Tyler Perry in Atlanta, the studio he has built.
A cult.
Yeah. Well, he's done a lot. I can't take that from him. I can't take what he's done in Atlanta away from him. I know some people don't like his movies. He is heavily criticized. I know that. But I still can't take what he's done away from him. He has built this
cult
studio. He's built this studio in Atlanta, right? East Point. And has employed a lot of Black people, Black actors. I know that he's not the critics' favorite, right? If you are a movie person, a lot of people are like, I can't watch his movies. But it's entertainment. When I look at his movies, I go into it like I'm not expecting a Academy Award winning performance.
Why not? Why? This is
That's
why.
That's not what he
Okay.
does. It's like if I go to a Wayans movie, right? I know I'm going to laugh. I'm not expecting. I'm not expecting. Again, I'm expecting a good movie. I'm not a good comedy. I'm not expecting an Oscar-winning performance. That doesn't mean it's bad, but it's what I'm expecting.
When I watch a Wayne's movie, right? I don't see low budgetism in their movie.
Exactly.
They don't cut corners
They don't.
because Keenan has a vision of how the movie goes, right?
Right.
And he learned from even with I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, okay? As low budgeted as it was, I didn't see it.
Classic.
I didn't see it. They tried to make the movie more than what it was and succeeded at it. Tyler Perry does not. He fails to do that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell the whole time they were at Tyler Perry's studio filming Triple Eight.
Okay.
And that's what I was talking to her about, because the whole time because I've been to Fort McPherson, so I still remember what Fort McPherson looked like.
Right.
Regardless if all this fancying up and all this other stuff, they still have some old buildings at Fort McPherson. And I'm like, that's Fort McPherson.
Right.
To me, I seen it. You didn't show me any B-rolls that looked like England. You didn't show me anything. Even in Jazzman Blues, it looked like a set. It looked like he's on set, or he used one location down in South Georgia somewhere where, that was it. Everything else was on set somewhere. The lack of enthusiasm that's put into what makes a movie not looks cheap, he lacks it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
He has a what?
No, I was going to say he has a pretty aggressive time schedule, right? So he doesn't go back and do whatever. He just
reshoots.
No, I mean he just goes. He has a week. Like you have 7 to 10 days to shoot, and he is. I'm just saying.
Tanisha, great movies take longer. Look at Friday.
Right.
Single location. Friday was a single location, a street. And they had so you had multiple locations. You had Smokey's house, Craig's house, Felicia and them house. You had the corner store, right? You had the little shootout. You had the little callback screen, the callback scene, right? With Smokey in the chicken coop. You had that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it that I could think. You had Miss Parker. You had the neighbor. You had different scenes that you couldn't even tell Friday was low budgeted.
Right.
F. Gary Gray did that. What I'm saying, that was details. He could have said, well, we only got 7, and they shot it in 17 days. If you are so busy doing all these different things, that's why you hire a director. That's why you hire an executive producer, a showrunner that can make your shows look better. And that's what Oprah told this man. And he called a little hissy fit about it. And everything looks the damn same.
He's one of those probably examples. A lot of people criticize him for doing the same types of movie and doing the same types of tropes. Typically where the Black women actresses, they have a very hard life, right? The Black male actors is usually like some would say a negative portrayal.
If they dark skin, they bad. If they light things. The thing is, if they dark skin, they're bad. They're bad man. If you look at the concept, the dark skinned men are terrible. The light skinned brothers are winning. They're the ones that come in like Prince Charming. So there's some colorism to it too.
Yeah, I do. I mean, people definitely accuse him of that. That's definitely an accusation. He writes all of his own things, and as you mentioned, like with Oprah probably told him, like, Oprah's not producing.
But Oprah was on The Color Purple. She worked with Steven Spielberg. That was her first movie. She saw what it takes to make a good movie firsthand. The movie that won Academy Awards, that was probably won an Oscar. I'm too young to remember, but correct me. Y'all can all The Color Purple. Y'all can all correct me if I'm wrong. Alice Walker's book is a classic, and a white man made it a classic. Coming to America, you couldn't even tell that they wasn't even Africa at no point. The first one,
right?
The second one would look so low budgeted. It was filmed at Rick Ross' house. Oh my God! I was disappointed in the second one. The nostalgia of the second one was there, but I was very disappointed.
I like the second one.
How many times they watched the second one?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a classic.
No,
but I thought it was good.
It was a failure.
You think so?
Yes, because the son with Leslie Jones and all this other stuff. It was like, dude, y'all could have came with something better. Y'all could have gave us something better. Like, seriously, like in my head, I didn't see I did not see Coming to America 2 to be the way it was. And once again, the first one was with it wasn't Spielberg that did the first one. It was this dude did a lot of movies. He did a lot of movies. He did Home Alone. That guy did the first one. And he incorporated Debbie Allen did she did the choreograph on that first one. It was a lot of stuff that made Zamunda be real. He put a lot of details into that. Imagine Tyler Perry directing the Coming to America 3 or something. It'll be all fucked up.
It's
I
always
wouldn't even.
hard
I
to
would not
secure
even. I
information.
would not even watch it. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even bother to watch it.
Bother to watch it.
I
But
wouldn't
that's
bother.
what I'm saying though. Also is that he doesn't follow advice like like Oprah. Like what
Mm-hmm.
Oprah told him, listen, you need to hire other people to do stuff, right?
Yes.
But because he's been so successful money wise, I think it's hard sometimes to tell people who have a certain economic, position. It's hard to give them advice because they won't listen.
Then you don't need to be doing the movies. Plain and simple. If you can't take criticism for your last movie, then you don't need to be doing movies. Like Quentin Tarantino only did 9 or 10 movies, and everybody recalls everyone, especially Django. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that goes to explain Spike Lee. Spike Lee did not do a lot of movies, but you can always recall Do the Right Thing. She's Gotta Have It. He even did a TV series that makes She's Gotta Have It better. He made up for the rape scene. He said he regretted doing the rape scene. It wasn't rape, but it was basically sexual abuse from the first one. He regretted that scene, so he made up for that one. Even with Miracle at St. Anna, that's one of my favorite movies. He did not skip details. He added his own tropes in there, but at the end of the day, that is a classic war movie with everything that you need from it.
Wow. So it's kind of like you have to balance that creativity, right?
Mm-hmm.
With excellence.
With excellence and technicalities. You can't skip over technicalities because that's what make the movie good or bad.
Mhm.
Tyler Perry's best movies probably is Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2.
Okay.
But even then, it still had the same Tyler Perry tropes.
Did you see those two?
I did watch those two.
Okay.
Yes. And I only watched it because my ex-girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
That was it. We talked about it. I told her. It was like, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Janet Jackson, fix it.
Listen, y'all gonna stay off my girl. Y'all gonna stay off Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson is a way better actress than that. She made me cry as Penny.
All I'm saying is Tyler Perry gives people opportunities who would not otherwise have them. Who was it? Taraji P. Henson.
Okay.
After Benjamin, and this is a whole separate conversation that we probably should have next, maybe another day, right? Let's do another segment.
Okay.
Because Taraji did Benjamin Buttons, right?
Yeah.
And for most actresses and actors, once you get nominated, she was nominated for an Oscar, right? She didn't win it. Usually when you get an Oscar nomination, your stock goes up. Higher roles, your stock goes up, as you said. She could not book a movie after that, and Tyler Perry offered her roles. She was struggling.
Okay.
Tyler Perry offered her roles.
I'm not going to take that away from Tyler Perry.
Hired Cicely Tyson, the late.
Cicely's a legend. She was a legend. She didn't need him. She did not need him.
She didn't need him. But I'm not saying she needed him. But I think that we needed her. Because I think that unless you're a movie aficionado, but the newer generation did not know who she was, and she was able to get a whole new fan base. And not saying she needed it because she didn't, but I'm saying like at her age, I think that she was 91 when she passed away. I think that when we get that age, you just want to be you want to feel wanted and needed.
Think about it. Cicely was working up until the day she passed away.
She was. Indeed.
She was looking great for 91. She was moving around, everything. She just got a little bit older.
Absolutely.
She was a legend. So that helps your status of your movie. I get that part. But when you're talking, like even Kathy Bates, her talent is so immense. I was like, in The Family That Prays, I was like, okay, Kathy Bates either she wrote her own lines or something, because it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Taraji seemed like she wrote her own lines by what's her name? I'm sorry. Alfred Woodward. Alfred Woodward seems like she wrote her own lines, because it's like we're talking about three actresses that are so dynamic. They don't need this man.
Tyler wrote their lines though.
But I still feel like he wasted their talent.
Do you think so?
I believe so.
Do you?
He gave them the opportunity to showcase their talent, but Taraji in Hustle and Flow was more impactful than she was in The Family That Prays.
Yes, all I'm saying, my only example of that was just to say that here's this woman who, and I forgot about Hustle and Flow. She did
and
all
Taraji and Baby Boy was more influential.
Boy.
Yes.
Right. Oh, of course. But just Hustle and Flow, another one, right? That won a lot of awards, right?
And Talk to Me, the one with Don Cheadle.
Right. But for Black actresses, like, why is it that, all these things she was in, then she couldn't even get any roles in Hollywood?
Okay. For one, she got into Hollywood late 20s, right? No. That was her first major movie role. Taraji was on The Smart Guy. She was on a few shows, okay? Same with Sine Lathan. A lot of times, a lot of actresses, when they come in late, an actress only has a short window to be successful, which is unfortunate, okay? Because they're very, like, Meryl Streep is very talented, extremely talented actress. Julia Roberts, extremely talented. Like I said, Taraji, Alfred, Whoopi Goldberg. I keep saying I'm sorry, guys. Whoopi Goldberg, and then you have, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody impactful. Halle Berry before Monsters Ball and after Monsters Ball. Angela Bassett. These women had a short window to get to that top, right? And unfortunately for Black actresses, theirs is shorter. A white actress, if you notice, they might have a good 5-6 year run. A Black actress might have a good 2 to 4 year run.
Right.
So maybe Taraji had hit that peak for just her beauty alone. Now she has skills.
Oh, absolutely.
She has skills. So don't misquote me on this. I want to say this. She has skills. But for them, it's like, oh, we've seen her beauty too much. Let's move forward. Which is like, no, you do not see everything she had to offer. So I'm gonna give Tyler Perry his props for that. Yes, you put somebody in a position to show you I am more than just good looks. But at the same time, if The Family That Prays could have been a lot stronger a movie than it was.
Okay.
I Can Do All Bad by Myself could have been a lot stronger than it was. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It could have been a lot stronger, but it had the tropes.
Right.
He had too many of the tropes that says, here we go.
And that's the criticism of his movies, that they're all the same. Essentially all the same.
Yes, and that's why I said their talents was wasted. They made the movie, but their talents was wasted. Can you imagine a better script line or interactions that show the sisterhood of Kathy Bates' character and Alfred Woodard's character? Can you imagine what that would have been? What the better script that showed the discontent between Taraji and Sine?
Right.
Something a little bit stronger written, something that could have showed more scenery into what made them so discontentful towards each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, oh, she's so discontent towards her husband. Like, seriously?
Right.
You know, there's so many things that was not presented that the movie could have been, why this guy was like this. Why there's things that you could have incorporated. You own the studio, they gave you Clark LeBlanc. You made Lionsgate a lot of money. They will allow you to do these films at an amount of time that will show. Like when Spike Lee had Carte Blanche for his movies, the 2-hour movies, like, okay, I'm gonna give you everything I can give you.
Right.
You know? Mo Better Blues. It was a strong movie. It was long as hell, but it was a strong movie. Malcolm X was long as hell, but it was a very strong movie. There's no need. If somebody went and did a Malcolm X movie, I would not watch it because Denzel gave me the performance I needed. And he doesn't look nothing like Malcolm X.
This is true classic.
Yes.
He doesn't look like Malcolm X, but he doesn't, but then he does, because of the performance.
Because of the performance. He brought you Malcolm X, but he looks nothing like Malcolm X.
Right. He doesn't.
And
but when you watched him, you thought he was.
You saw him. You saw like until the other day I watched an interview with Malcolm X. I'm like, damn, this is what Malcolm sound like? Because in my head, I'm hearing Denzel when I see his picture.
Right. Right.
That's how much he influenced the whole movie. And I'm just saying, like, just think about it. Imagine if Spike Lee still put his little shots in there and all that stuff that made Spike Lee, but he still did. He said my movie would not been good without my cinematographer. Exactly. So if you don't know by now that you need a good cinematographer, why are you directing? Let's look at the quality of Tyler Perry's first movie compared to everything. His first movie was with Killing Billy Elise. What was it called again?
I'm bad with titles, but I know what movie you're talking about.
Okay, his very first movie was directed by Tim Story.
Yep, I can see it, but I just don't know the title. I know exactly.
That was the best. That was the best movie.
That was the best movie.
That was the best movie involving Madea because he didn't direct it. He cut and pasted the second one.
Okay. Do you think the Madea franchise is over? Because there was one a couple years ago.
Madea franchise is not over because he has a cult following, so it's not going to be over.
Do you think more people are willing to see it? Because to me, Madea was a play that was then reformatted, right, for the silver
for the movies.
screen.
Meet the Browns and all that stuff was born from Madea.
Right. Do you think that another Madea would do well or it would not do well?
I can't say that, and I won't say that.
Okay.
Because the fact is he has a strong following. Right. And I don't want to. I'm just saying I don't like his movies.
These movies.
Open and honest. I don't like his movies. Okay. Right. But he has people that's like me that don't like it, won't watch it, and you have people that will watch it, and they're gonna. So those are the ones that you got to ask: will it be a good? Because me personally, I checked out a long time ago.
Right. He still has his core fan base who still support him.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like I will watch a Spike Lee, and Spike Lee stopped doing a lot of directing, but he does a lot of producing.
Yes.
There was a sci-fi movie that came on Netflix with these two young kids, and it was a good movie. It was a short film that got turned into a movie, and it was actually a good movie. But Spike Lee did not direct it; he just put his hands on it as an executive producer.
Wow.
So there's times when you could step back and say, "Hey, let me just finance this movie and give you your vision." Step back and give people the other vision. You still make a shit ton of money.
Exactly.
If that's what you're concerned about, if you're just trying to pocket everything so you can say, I can employ this, and then you're feeding your ego. Look at Will Smith and Westbrook Productions. They have a system that works for them. Will Smith is not a billionaire, but he has $1 billion worth of products.
He does.
$1 billion worth of products. So with Westbrook, they produce. That doesn't mean Will Smith is going to climb into the director chair. He has not yet climbed into a director chair. He just produced movies.
Right.
He allows somebody else to direct him. So that's sometimes you got to do that. Spike Lee done that. He probably came in 1 or 2 films and somebody else was directing. John Singleton, he's not an actor, but he produced and he allowed other people. The guy from Hustle and Flow, the guy from What's the other movie? The one with the Puerto Rican kid that was being chased by his father's. I forgot the name, but I know the name of it. I just can't think of it right now. But that movie was produced by John Singleton, but it was also directed by somebody else.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, you got to step back and allow other people to come in.
Everyone isn't good doing everything, right? We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly.
And you delegate. You delegate.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sure.
You still hiring people. You can still have your hand on that part, because I understand the opportunity, what it is to bring opportunities to other people that isn't deserved. You still do that part, but allow other people to direct these people. Maybe they don't really fit the part that they want. They fit your imagination, but not somebody else's.
Exactly. Okay, well, I do have this clip I want to bring up, and then we're gonna mosey on up out of here. This is the Keith Lee clip. We'll have to talk more about movies next time. So you are the
don't say expert. I'm not the expert.
Oh.
I'm a harsh critic.
You're a harsh critic. Okay.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to talk movies next time for real.
Okay.
So let me show you this. Let me show you this. And take a look. This is with Keith Lee, and the more on the beans on toast and more on our reaction to it.
Come on home, friend. At this point, come on back. The actual assault and battery of your taste buds over there in London is outrageous. On what planet does it take 6 business days to bite through a single piece of toast? Then you got the British people talking about something. Well, we don't eat them all separately, love. You get a little bit of everything on the fork, you understand?
I love that accent she just did.
Separately, why would they be good together? Keith, I really appreciate how you have an open mind and you're willing to try just about anything. Because a blood sausage would not have got a butt out of me. But come on home, friend. Come on home. And when you come home, I hope you treat yourself and your family to the best food you can possibly find. Because Lord knows you have been through it. Wrap it up!
God bless him, amen. Keith Lee over there in the Londoners with the Londoners eating the beans on the toast. Keith Lee over there with the Londoners eating the beans on the toast bread. Wow. And I know it's toast, but the crunch on that, it crunched like left out air bread or something. that was a different kind of crunch on there. I can't be as big as mushroom person as I think I am. That looks like a burnt pineapple. That's crazy right there. Wow. I was looking at that. I was wondering, what is that? He said the name of that last one was black pudding or blood sausage. And he read off the ingredients. He said it's blood, fat, cereal, and some seasoning. Needless to say, I don't think he liked that one at all. But I do commend him for going over there, trying different foods.
Baby, when the bean hit the plate, I died. Can't nobody convince me that shit is good. I'm sorry. Baby, you over there eating brickle brackle, snooter scoot. Ain't no Louisiana hot sauce, nothing. I'm sorry. No.
I was just watching Keith Lee eat English breakfast in London, and I went from normal, like this is my normal, like watching phase. Okay, I'm taking the content in. And the amount of tension that came through my body was instinctively wild. When he bit through that toast, I caught myself like this.
No, they don't like American black people no more.
I mean, if I could like sink into this hood, I would.
Keith Lee in London eating stale ass beans on toast, and Brits be acting like that shit is tacos. Beans on toast will never be tacos. Beans on toast is not good. Tacos is a and y'all doing Keith Lee dirt.
So you telling me all these British motherfuckers and beans going damn near everything? Whole time we was eating beans and hot dogs as a struggle meal? What you basically telling me is our struggle meals are their delicacies, and I'm supposed to just sit here and believe that y'all food is better than ours? I know you
The most confusing thing to me right now that's happening is Keith Lee got the London streets in shambles. And I'm seeing a bunch of Londoners, Londonites. Y'all let me know what the correct terminology is. A lot of people from London is popping on here. They is mad. And what I don't understand is, like, y'all have all of this content that he's made. Y'all know what type time he on. Y'all know what he like to eat. Y'all know what he don't like. And, like, people is tight. Like, they not even, I don't know. Like, I didn't know that, like, there are people, like, I feel like there's a difference in food culture from the folks in America versus the folks over in London. And I'm learning that just in real time with this Keith Lee food tour. Now, granted, Keith Lee's taste is his taste. But I'm seeing people say stuff like, he only going in the gentrified spots. He only going to the touristy spots. Like, if the food is nasty, it's nasty. Like, if it's nasty food, it's nasty. Like, I don't understand. Y'all want him to go to the places that's popping and judge their food, even though those are the touristy spots. I don't get it, man.
So Keith Lee is in London testing out the foods, and you already know what that means. Beans on toast. If you don't understand that Keith Lee is doing this not only for the diaspora, but he's also doing it for the culture, because finally, we get to get a real review on beans on toast.
Beans on toast.
Beans on toast. Come on, Keith.
The bread is definitely stale. The tomatoes kind of taste like they were based in ketchup, and a very like sweet ketchup too. It's very mushy. In my opinion, there's no flavor other than like I said, a sweet ketchup, no salt, no seasoning. In my opinion, this is extremely low. 1 out of 10.
Now, I'm not saying I never trusted any other Americans' reviews on beans on toast, because I know there's hundreds of videos of Americans trying beans on toast. But Keith is the one I'm rocking with. I rock with this food reviewer. He's the reason why I have good eats here in Arizona. So he said beans on toast 3 out of 10. It's getting 3 out of 10. Because I'm not eating no sweet tomato beans. But he moves on to blood sausage. And he does try it. But he also says, which I thought was really notable, that blood sausage and possibly its popularity is based on the popularity of chitlins in America. He said that there are some people in America who rock with chitlins. You could take them anywhere. If there's chitlins served, they're going to eat it, depending on who cooks them and who cleans them. But he believed it was kind of the same notion with blood sausage, that there are probably millions of individuals who live in the UK and Wales and those areas who do eat blood sausage, but there's probably a good amount of them who don't. So it's really based off taste and preference.
Immediately tastes like blood.
Keith wasn't rocking with the flavors of blood sausage, and that's okay, because I don't rock with chitlins, and I know some of y'all do.
I know y'all saw Keith Lee eating beans and toast. I ain't never seen the longest bites into something crunchy in my entire life, bro.
I'm done. I'm done.
So slow and
Tanisha,
so
I'm done. Let's go.
Bro should have just been in a Cheez-It commercial the way he was crunching.
Oh my God, we had to show that one.
Yes,
Had to
thank
show
you.
that one.
Thank you. That was
So,
too funny.
yeah, we keep it light sometimes, but make sure everyone tunes in tomorrow for our next episode.
Yes.
Any parting thoughts that you want to add before we get out of here?
Stay safe. Take care of each other. Love each other. Make sure you say hello and make sure you greet each other on the road. Show each other love, that we can move forward prosperously.
Absolutely. And on that note, we will see y'all tomorrow.
All righty.
Stay black, y'all.
Stay black today in America.
Exactly. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
All righty.